Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a truly, just a fascinating collection of product pages, underlying philosophies, and some wildly enthusiastic customer testimonials.
Oh, absolutely wild, yeah.
Yeah, from a brand called Beyond Medicine. And our mission for this deep dive is to explore this highly unique intersection where, alternative wellness, ancient alchemy, and marine biology all collide.
Right, it's quite the mix.
It really is. It is a completely different paradigm for you to wrap your head around, because usually when you think about your everyday morning routine, there's a certain clinical expectation of what you are, putting on your body.
Right, you expect the standard stuff.
Exactly. You grab your toothpaste and you expect a pretty standard list of ingredients: fluoride, baking soda, maybe some mint flavor. You grab your face cream, you expect moisturizer.
So with some retinol.
Right,
Yeah.
some retinol. It is all very mechanical, very predictable.
It's the conventional modern toolkit. I mean, we're used to molecules that have been isolated in a laboratory for very specific, purely physical functions.
Yeah.
Like if your skin is dry, you apply a lipid. If you have a headache, you take an anti-inflammatory. It's a very linear cause and effect way of looking at health and wellness.
Exactly. But have you ever wished you could, literally bottle the immortality of a jellyfish?
Ah, right.
Or heal your physical body using the vibrational frequency of an ancient mantra? Because that is exactly the kind of reality we're exploring today.
And before we jump into the deep end of these concepts, it's really crucial that we establish the boundaries of our discussion.
Yes, very important.
We're going to impartially explore the claims and the underlying philosophies exactly as they are presented in the Beyond Medicine literature.
Right.
So we're not endorsing the medical or scientific efficacy of any of these products, nor are we validating these claims as objective science.
We're just looking at the source material.
Exactly. Rather, we're examining the fascinating ideas, the ingredients, and the powerful narratives contained within this source material. Just understand this very unique approach to human healing.
Because to understand how these products claim to work, you basically have to throw out the conventional rule book. You have to start with their cornerstone ingredients, and the absolute star of the Beyond Medicine lineup is a literal immortal creature.
It really is.
Okay, let's unpack this. It's a tiny organism called the Turritopsis dohrnii. For those who aren't familiar with marine biology, this is commonly known as the immortal jellyfish.
The immortal jellyfish, yes.
And the literature states that this creature has the astonishing ability to endlessly regenerate its cells. Whenever it faces physical damage or, even just the stress of old age, it doesn't die.
Right, it doesn't just age and pass away.
No, it just reverts its cells back to their earliest polyp stage and starts its life cycle completely over again.
It's a biological marvel. I mean, scientists have been mesmerized by this jellyfish for decades because it essentially hits the reset button on its own biological clock.
Wow.
But what we are looking at today is how this brand claims to have actually utilized that ability. After years of focused research, a homeopathic doctor named Adam Suzman reportedly discovered a way to harness that regenerative power. He created what the brand calls Turritopsin, the life molecule.
Which sounds like a MacGuffin straight out of a science fiction movie.
Oh, it really does.
Yeah.
This proprietary technology supposedly imprints the jellyfish's radical rejuvenation directive.
That whole rejuvenation directive, wow.
Yeah, into a form that human cells can physically access and understand.
But this immediately raised a huge red flag for me, and I'm sure for you listening right now.
Yeah.
How do you get the essence of a jellyfish into a bottle of face cream or, tooth drops without harming the animal?
Right.
Do they just toss a bunch of immortal jellyfish into a blender?
No.
Because the literature mentions this molecule is grown in brown rice peptides. So is this like downloading the jellyfish's immortality software update and then running it on a completely vegan brown rice operating system?
That is an excellent analogy, actually, and it perfectly captures their framing of the process.
Oh.
They emphasize very clearly that this is a revolutionary technology that causes absolutely no harm to the jellyfish itself.
Oh, okay, good.
To use your software analogy, they're isolating the biological instruction, the code for cellular regeneration, and they are delivering it via rice protein.
Right.
They chose brown rice peptides because they are highly biocompatible with the human body. Our cells readily absorb them. This makes the final life molecule completely vegan, despite originating from the blueprint of an animal.
It's just such a wild, futuristic concept, like taking the biological code of a jellyfish and dropping it into your morning routine to stop your skin from aging.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Jellyfish DNA is not the only thing going into these bottles.
Not at all.
Beyond, medicine takes this cutting-edge biotechnology and mixes it with practices that are thousands of years old. They lean heavily into alchemy.
Yes, specifically the alchemical use of gold. And they aren't just sprinkling in standard trace minerals either.
Right.
Their formulation relies on a very specific 3-part alchemical gold blend.
Right, they use burnt gold,
Yeah.
which is a purified, fine ash known in Ayurvedic medicine as a bhasma.
Exactly.
Then, there is a unique liquid version of gold that is exclusively created by Beyond Medicine themselves. And finally, they use pure gold leaf.
Yeah.
But this is where I need you to break it down for me. The brand claims that this specific trio of gold can carry powerful messages directly to human DNA to begin new physiological processes.
Right, that's the claim.
How does an ingestible metal supposedly communicate with human DNA? I mean, what is the actual mechanism they are claiming here?
Well, in alchemical traditions, gold isn't just viewed as a shiny, inert rock. It's seen as a high-frequency conductor.
Oh, interesting.
The internal logic here is based on the conductive properties of the metal. The theory is that when you process gold into these highly refined bioavailable states, like the ash or the liquid we just talked about.
How about the Bosma?
Exactly. It acts almost like a microscopic antenna within the body. It transmits an energetic signal, a specific rejuvenation frequency, directly into the cellular matrix.
That microscopic antenna.
Yeah, the idea is that our DNA has dormant capabilities, and the gold acts as the energetic tuning fork that wakes those capabilities up.
Okay, an energetic tuning fork, that actually helps me visualize it. And they pair that alchemical antenna with some incredibly elaborate botanicals.
They do.
We were talking about the seeds of 1,000 wildflowers, Crodian nectar, the flower essence of the Disa orchid, reishi mushrooms, and pine pollen.
Which is meant to harness the natural synergy of plant compounds, offering psychological healing by calming the mind and reconnecting the user to nature's innate wisdom.
Right.
But while botanicals and even gold have a long historical precedence in natural medicine, their next set of ingredients pushes the boundaries even further.
You mean the mantras and the runes?
Exactly. Ancient sounds and symbols.
Okay, wait. Let me pause you right there because I have to push back on this.
Sure, go ahead.
Putting wildflower seeds or an orchid extract in a remedy makes intuitive sense to us. You extract the physical chemical properties of a plant and you put it in a liquid. But they are using runes, literal symbols drawn on a page, to bring about qualities like abundance, expansiveness, joy, and liberation.
Yes.
And they use mantra-spoken words that supposedly leave powerful, actionable messages that you can distinctly feel in your dreams.
So I have to ask on behalf of everyone listening, how exactly does water listen to a shape?
Yeah, no, it sounds completely absurd from a conventional modern scientific standpoint.
It really does.
How does a puddle of water comprehend a drawing? But to understand it, we have to look closely at their underlying philosophy, which is built entirely around vibrational technology.
Okay.
The idea isn't that the water is cognitively listening or reading the rune. The secret lies in two specific terms they use: structured water and potentizing.
I saw those terms everywhere. What do they actually mean?
So in alternative wellness circles, structured water refers to water molecules that have supposedly been arranged into a specific crystalline matrix.
Okay.
The belief is that in this structured state, water acts almost like a liquid memory drive. It can record and hold information, so it's like a blank cassette tape.
Exactly. And potentizing is the process of recording onto that tape.
Oh, I see.
It usually involves a homeopathic process of extreme dilution and vigorous shaking, which is called succussion.
Right.
The philosophy asserts that a rune or a mantra carries a specific, high-frequency energetic signature. Through potentizing, that energetic signature is embedded into the memory of the structure of water.
Wow.
It holds that exact vibrational pattern. So when you consume it, you aren't drinking a symbol, you are ingesting the frequency of that symbol, which then physically aligns your own energetic state.
Okay. So what happens when you combine immortal jellyfish peptides, ancient gold antennas, and the recorded frequencies of runes into everyday consumer products?
Yeah.
Well, the results, at least according to their customers, are dramatic. Let's look at Pashmina.
Pashmina is their regenerative face cream.
And it is not just a cream. It includes a 21-day community program called Beauty Through Radical Self-Love. The cream itself contains all these natural botanicals, plus vibrational technology to balance moods and instill creativity, including something called the golden spiral, which they define as the frequency of love.
And the testimonials for Pashmina are incredibly detailed.
They really are.
We have a review from an editor named Robin Wilkinson, who explicitly called it the cream of the gods.
Cream of the gods.
Yeah, she reported feeling what she described as the irresistible glow of being in love.
Wow.
She noted it contains an addictive fragrance of rose, chamomile, sandalwood, and frankincense, along with bee-friendly propolis. But most notably, she claimed the signature of the immortal jellyfish literally lifted layers of heaviness and aging right off her face.
But then you have a reviewer like Samantha Miller, who had a profoundly dramatic emotional response.
Yes.
She claimed these vibrational components helped her counter severe menopausal depression. Her exact words were that with menopause's claw coming at me in full throttle, she had been waking up to elated happiness and feeling a continuous state of joy throughout the day just from using the cream for 2 days.
That's incredible.
She even said her face felt like it was at a festival.
It is a remarkable claim. I mean, we are talking about a topical cosmetic inducing elated happiness and counteracting hormonal depression.
And this is where I want to dive into the psychology of this for a second, because for you, the listener, you have to wonder, is it the immortal jellyfish peptide doing this? Or is it the ritual?
Right, the ritual itself.
Think about it. If you are deeply depressed and you suddenly take 5 intentional minutes every morning to apply a cream that you believe contains the frequency of love, ancient gold, and the essence of 1,000 wildflowers.
Yeah.
That is an incredibly powerful act of self-care. The placebo effect alone, driven by that kind of poetic narrative, could absolutely make you feel like you're glowing.
That is a brilliant point. The narrative itself might be the active ingredient. The ritual of radical self-love can be a potent psychological intervention.
Exactly.
But what's fascinating is how Beyond Medicine applies this exact same holistic, narrative-driven approach to purely physical ailments. Take their oral care line, for example.
Oh, right.
They feature a product called Miracle Tooth.
Miracle Tooth claims to improve all aspects of tooth and gum health. It diminishes plaque, stops bleeding gums, and actually repairs receding gums, all utilizing that vegan teratoxin life molecule.
And the reviews are just as vivid as the face cream. Dr. Lloyd Gomberg left a testimonial noting that it effectively removed his gum tissue inflammation.
Okay.
But then you have a user named Kari K. She described having excruciating level 10 nerve pain in her tooth.
Oh, that's the worst.
She mentioned being out shooting clay pigeons with her family in the winter, and the pain was so bad she was in tears as her face would thaw coming back inside.
Oh my God.
According to her, after just 4 days of using Miracle Tooth, that excruciating nerve pain vanished completely.
And another user, Hank, reported his gums were actually, quote, growing back.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Gums don't just grow back. Conventional dentistry tells us that once gum tissue is gone, it's gone. You need a graft.
Right.
So how on earth does this brand justify a claim like that?
Well, it goes back to that underlying philosophy. In their ecosystem, physical decay like a receding gum line or severe nerve pain is not just a mechanical failure of the body.
Okay.
It is viewed as a manifestation of an energetic blockage or a discordant frequency.
I see.
Their internal logic dictates that if you can introduce the right frequency, in this case, the cellular rejuvenation code of the jellyfish, you correct the energetic imbalance.
Wow.
And once the energy is corrected, the physical tissue simply defaults back to its perfect biological blueprint.
It completely blurs the line between physical repair and emotional therapy. The physical symptom is treated as deeply intertwined with the energetic state of the user.
Exactly.
In this worldview, treating a toothache and treating depression are the exact same mechanism. You are just tuning the dial on the radio.
That's a great way to put it.
Which transitions perfectly into Beyond Medicine's most ambitious claims. Because if you believe a high-frequency vibration can regrow a gum line, why stop there?
Right. Why not target the entire human nervous system and the very concept of mortality?
They have a product that is literally called End of Aging. I have to respect the audacity of that title.
Oh, for sure.
End of Aging combines the teratoxin jellyfish molecule, the alchemical gold, and an adaptogen called Schizandra. Schizandra is supposedly able to harmonize all elements in the body, and the combination restores what they call Jing, or life force energy.
And the customer experience is completely aligned with that expansive, sweeping promise.
Yeah.
A user named Lorette reported feeling a steady level of energy and stamina rising, describing it vividly as an army of warriors riding to war on horseback.
An army of warriors, wow.
She noted she felt her back and shoulders broadening, feeling taller, and that it quickly brought up and processed her past experiences with depression and anger, stopping her repetitive overthinking.
Amazing.
Another user, Suzman, noted a deep sense of peace, saying her body shape changed and her face was glowing simply from taking the drops.
They are treating the very concept of aging as a disease of the life force, rather than just the inevitable cellular decay we all accept. If you fix the life force, the body stops decaying. And that logic extends into remedies entirely dedicated to deep psychological trauma. Products with names like Closure and Liberation.
Yeah, Closure is specifically designed to support the gentle release of unresolved emotional experiences held within the nervous system.
Okay.
The literature explains that when difficult experiences remain unfinished, they create internal tension, or with what they call emotional looping. Closure is meant to help the body process these energetic imprints to regulate the nervous system.
And Liberation takes it even further. Liberation allows users to revisit past memories, make peace with them, and clear the debris of the past to access what the brand calls effortless quantum healing.
Effortless quantum healing.
It's an incredibly powerful phrase. It promises that the hardest emotional work you will ever do in your life can be achieved simply by aligning your frequencies.
It is a massive promise, and they apply this exact same philosophy to highly specific cognitive and neurological conditions as well.
Yes, and I want to carefully bring up their neurodivergent formulations because this is where the claims cross from emotional wellness into the territory of stabilizing neurological development.
Right.
They have a product called Genesis, which is formulated to support clarity, focus, and cognitive regulation, particularly for individuals experiencing patterns associated with ADHD. It's meant to reduce mental restlessness and improve the ability to remain present.
Furthermore, they feature something called the Full Spectrum Protocol, which is billed as advanced autism support.
Okay.
And again, maintaining our impartial stance and just looking at their paradigm, it is important to note exactly what the literature asserts here. They claim that this therapeutic system has demonstrated remarkable improvements across key indicators of autism spectrum disorder.
Specifically, they list improvements in communication, behavioral regulation, social engagement, and nervous system stability.
Correct. And they state that these claims are based on trial observations from educators, parents, and caregivers, showing sustained progress over time. They call it a groundbreaking advancement in supporting neurological development.
They also have a product called Blue Lotus, which a parent named Maya J. reviewed. She said her 6-year-old son loves it, and it helps him fall asleep peacefully and quickly while simultaneously lowering the parent's anxiety levels too.
That's a nice benefit, yeah.
Just if we take a step back, what does this all mean for you, the listener? We have gone from isolating a jellyfish peptide in brown rice to acting as a cellular antenna with gold ash to potentizing the frequency of ancient runes into structured water.
It's been quite a journey.
We've looked at claims ranging from effortless quantum healing for trauma, to stopping severe nerve pain, to stabilizing neurological development. How does this all connect? What is the unified theory of this entire brand?
Well, if we synthesize all of these diverse source materials, the unified common thread is incredibly clear. The entire Beyond Medicine brand views the human body fundamentally differently than conventional mechanical science does.
Right.
They absolutely do not see the body as a machine with broken parts that need to be chemically suppressed or surgically fixed. They view the body as a highly sensitive, interconnected, energetic system.
Okay.
And in their philosophy, that system inherently knows how to operate perfectly. It hasn't broken, it has just forgotten.
Forgotten, wow.
It simply needs the right vibrational messages, whether that message comes from the purified ash of burnt gold, the energetic memory of an ancient rune, or the cellular regenerative code of an immortal jellyfish, to remember how to heal itself.
It is a sweeping, comprehensive, and entirely alternative worldview. Today we've traveled from the biological wonder of the Teratopsis dornian endlessly regenerating at the bottom of the ocean, up to the ancient alchemical furnaces creating burnt gold, and through some truly fascinating testimonials of people finding profound emotional and physical relief through what they call vibrational technology.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture for you, I think this deep dive reflects something quite profound about our society today.
Yeah, how so?
Well, in our modern world of constant information overload and a highly clinical, sometimes impersonal and overwhelming medical system, these sources reveal a deep, undeniable human yearning.
Oh, absolutely.
There is a massive desire for healing that feels holistic, healing that feels deeply personalized, and honestly, healing that feels even a little bit magical.
Yeah, magical.
People want to feel that their face cream is giving them the frequency of love, not just clogging their pores with petroleum byproducts. They want a narrative that empowers them.
The testimonials we explored today described overwhelming feelings of peace, elated happiness, and the total vanishing of severe physical pain. Which leaves us with an incredible question about human consciousness for you to mull over as we finish up today.
It really does.
If our minds and bodies are powerful enough to physically manifest the glow of being in love, or to feel an army of warriors giving us strength, just from applying a face cream or taking a drop of structured water infused with a mantra, does the objective scientific reality of the ingredients matter most? Or is our own belief, the rituals we practice, and the powerful stories we tell ourselves about our own healing the ultimate true medicine?